Hi there everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here to do the extended monthly forecast for the sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. This is a general reading for your sign, so whatever is most prominent in your environment while viewing this, I encourage you to take these messages and apply them to, and I hope that you find them helpful and healing. So as I said, we're looking at general reading for Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, and Sagittarius Rising. If you want a personal reading for any issue or concern, my contact information is in the description box below, and we can do that anytime convenient for you. So I'm going to be doing a 6-card spread today using bottom of the deck card for general energy for the month. And then, of course, get jumper cards from each of the oracle decks here. So we're just looking for general messages for you for the month of September. What does Sagittarius need to know? Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, and Sagittarius Rising signs. What does Sagittarius need to know for the month of September 2018? Sagittarius, September 2018. Anyone who doesn't enjoy the shuffling, check the scroll bar below and begin the video when the cards are laid down. I do include the shuffling because I find it trance-inducing and it's quite calming. So feel free to skip ahead if it's not your cup of tea. Messages for Sagittarius. Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon. We have a little bit of a weight on your shoulders here, something that's almost coming to an end though. You can let go of something, and then taking a rest. So that's nice to see. We'll see if those messages show up in the 6 cards that we choose though in just 1 second. That could have been a special message for a particular Sagittarius though. General messages, Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon. And there we go. So general energy for the month for you is the messenger of air. This is really cool. This is seeking the truth. This is having the truth presented to you, en route to seeking the truth, telling the truth, having the spirit of truth guide you. This is, we're looking at the Knight here. This is a court card. So in that vein, you could be dealing with an air sign this month, so a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius individual who could have some youthful energy, even though they're not necessarily older than you. They could be young at heart. Otherwise, we're looking at the energy that comes with it. This is, the pursuit of truth, sort of like the prince or the knight here, and then the queen is like, the teller of truth, cutting through the nonsense to get to the truth. And then, the king, of course, is the truth teller. That's an expert at it. So yeah, this is a really beautiful card to have here for you to create general energy for the month for you. Someone could also be looking up to you as well. They could be counting on you to tell the truth. Anytime we're dealing with air or swords energy, we're dealing with the mind or ideas as well. So it could be just that you're able to be honest with yourself about something, or you've been seeking the truth. It's also a very fast-moving card. It's very fast-moving energy when we're dealing with the air. And look at that, just the situation is you coming to an end. Isn't that interesting? So the 4 of air did show up, and I believe the other card to have jumped out, geez, I forget already. To have jumped out, that was the 10 of Wands. That's what it was. So that's nice. Very similar here with the 10 of air, frankly. This is like an end to a bad situation, a bad thought process, an outdated idea or mode of beliefs has come to a close for you, or you know, you're leaving that behind in the month of September. And like I said, look at this gorgeous energy here, because you're in pursuit of something bigger and better for yourself. You know that there's something to make you happier here. But again, more about the mind, ideas, concepts, belief systems, that type of thing here. But you're at the precipice here. You're really ready to let go. Something has ended, right? Anytime we're dealing with tens, a cycle has ended here. And with this overlying energy being this gorgeous Knight of Air, or Messenger of Air in this deck, but it is the Knight of Swords, is you're galloping ahead. You're moving ahead with either very truthful messages, or you're interested in a study that is involving the truth. Look at all this beautiful Major Arcana energy. Wow. So as I always do, let's just go over some, just sort of a snapshot of what's going on here. Just when I look at all of these 7 cards together, I'm just seeing someone who has had enough of something that just doesn't work for them anymore. Now, again, I want to mention that this has to do with an idea, belief, or concept. At least that's where the changes are being made, but it's being felt, okay? It's really enhancing your own sense of self-respect. Here we have the Messenger of Cups. Gorgeous energy. There could even be some flirtation here as well. Very healthy, loving flirtation. But I also want to go back. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces individual here, or you could be cross-watching right now and have, say, a water or even an air sign in the first 5 planets of your own chart. If that's the case, Sagittarius, I would suggest that this is your own energy. This is something you can draw on from within yourself. Otherwise, this will be an agent outside of yourself in the month of September for you. And again, we're dealing with another Knight. So it's an individual who's, you know, young at heart, a little bit youthful. Maybe they're a bit of a novice, or they're new at this, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're younger than you. It's just a youthful energy, which again is really beautiful. But because of this like overwhelming Major Arcana energy that surrounds you, it makes up half of your spread this month. You know, bookending you is the end of something that isn't working for you anymore. You've had enough. The game is over, and you're the boss. You're in charge. So holy smoke, something is really coming to a head here, or it has come to a head, because the situation here says that, you know what, this door is over. The time for that is up. You're rushing ahead with beautiful news. I do feel very confident here that you could be, especially for particular Sagittarians watching this, you could be dealing with a Cancerian this month. You do have the Knight of Cups here, which could be any water sign, and then the Chariot card is ruled by Cancer, so you could very well be influenced by, or be in communication with, or be learning from, or even working with, in terms of developing your ideas and concepts and belief and so forth. And this beautiful fertility card representing you. Yes, yes, absolutely. We do have a Rest card underneath it, but I think it's more about you coming to terms with this new individual you're becoming, coming to terms with, you know, not going back into old patterns of behavior, as it were, or thought patterns or belief systems. It's like you might need a minute here, because this is all sort of manifesting for you, this new you, this new emotionally developed and intellectually aware and interested in. It is a very intellectual card. So and these are equal. These are both Knights. So I would see here a very strong balance between the mind and the heart right now. There's no twos in your reading, no choices to be made, no difficult cards here, or difficult energy. As I said at the very beginning, the situation is something has ended. It's being left behind. A phase or a theme is over in your life, and you're ready. This is, you know, you're burgeoning with this. You're ready to share this. But as I said, with the Four of Swords underneath it, maybe, you know, come to terms with it yourself, maybe before sharing it, or if it doesn't excite someone else right now, you know, your news or your exciting news or your exciting new phase, you know, don't take that to heart. That's someone who isn't at, you know, vibrating with you right now. So don't take that to heart. Maybe, you know, seek or welcome or accept people who are on the same page as you right now. And I think that you'll feel like you're the king or queen here. And I say that here because we have the Emperor, the Empress, and the Emperor, and the Chariot. just gorgeous energy. So as I said, this is kind of rushing energy. Something's really coming in, coming through. So I don't think this is unexpected change for you. I just think you'll be satisfied. It's just good. It's a weight off your shoulders. So that is the snapshot. Let's get into why I would be saying such things. As I mentioned in detail here, the issue or situation is the Ten of Swords. You'll recognize this is from the Rider-Waite Tarot imagery with the individual laying on his or her stomach with 10 swords in their back. So it can be a quite violent looking energy card. But I think as I keep pointing out with the air or swords, it's mind, it's thought, it's beliefs. So this could be more about what you've been saying to yourself and that you refuse to do anymore. If you've been keeping yourself down, holding yourself down, telling yourself lies, repeating old messages that you've outgrown. I even think there could be a level of, especially in times of stress, for example, like just reacting. So I think this phase is over for you. I think this reactive phase is over for you because everything does begin in the mind. There are no wands here. We're dealing with primarily air and then a little bit of water here. So I don't think you have to do too much this month in September, Sagittarius. I think by and large what's being said here is that you need to almost accept, let things be. Let things percolate a little bit, maybe get accustomed or, used to this new mind frame or this new mental environment for you. As I said, this is going to match your emotional environment as well. So these are going to play off each other very strongly. But again, I don't think it's going to be a struggle for you at all. I think your mental and psychological wellness is going to play on your emotional wellness and vice versa. So nothing tricky, nothing sticky here for you. In the card position representing you is the Empress, this gorgeous fertility card. In the Rider-Waite, the character in this card is pregnant. So you could, like I said, you could be ready to express something here. We are dealing with a lot of air. You could be willing to or ready to, look what I've done, look what I've experienced. But I think because a period might have ended for you, it's like you just need to come to terms with something here, get used to something. It's a very feminine energy card. So this does represent you this month. The Empress is ruled by Taurus. There could be Taurian energy here, definitely Venusian energy, which is truth and beauty. And creativity here. So it could just be a level of, if you've gone through something difficult, for example, where you've had to change your mind or had your worldview change because of it, for example. It could be that this is all gestating for you. You're coming to terms with how you've, used that to your advantage, frankly. I mean, listen, the same things that can wreck me or destroy my spirit could make someone else fight even harder or turn that into, turn that challenge into a success or some sort of victory, okay? So I do feel that there could be an element of that as well. It's almost like something that was supposed to break you or drive you down, or you almost didn't see the end of something here. And again, this by and large is taking place in your own mind, okay? So it's almost like you had to set yourself free. And this is like you just getting used to that. You getting used to, oh, this is what it feels like. This is how beautiful it is. And really be comfortable and happy in the beauty of setting yourself free. Really gorgeous card to have there, frankly. Really nice to see that for you. You always have a lot of strong energy, particularly major arcana in your readings. I don't remember every single one, but I do remember noticing for your reading, Sagittarius, month after month after month. By and large, you have the most major arcana, so a lot of strong energy here. There could be a spiritual aspect to this for you as well. Anyone going through, say, an emotional or romantic situation, again, take these messages and apply. It could be that you've had a heart-to-heart. You've had a really, you know, in-depth conversation where you were able to balance the mind and the heart, and someone put your fears to rest. I mean, it could just be something as simple as that. They've, you know, go back to the image here with the 10 of air where there were swords in someone's back. It's almost like someone's helping you take them out. There could be, you know, very much healing going on here. So whether or not you're dealing with another agent or individual in the month, there's definitely a lot of healing, a lot of personal growth, personal development here. But it's the person you need to be. It's the person you're supposed to become here. So really, you know, revel in that, enjoy that. And again, there's no need to hurry. For the month of September, Sagittarius, please remember, there's no need to hurry here. Again, treat this like a gestation, okay? Or like a seed about to grow. You can't rush Mother Nature, right? So really treat it that way. Treat it like it deserves its own time. It deserves its own gestation. And I really think it's for the highest good. I think it's because you need to grasp it all in order to adopt it fully. So, you know, let it take its time here and enjoy the process. Here in the card, that describes your recent past is the Chariot. So here's where we're looking at a Cancerian very possibly, or Cancerian energy. Of course, that's 4th house rulership, and that's the mother, that's the home and foundations, the moon and emotions and so forth. But the Chariot really ultimately is a victory card. This is, you know, rushing forward, knowing the direction you're going in, but, you know, having guardianship. It's having someone, you know, looking out for you. It's being guided, really. It's like a guided card here. You're never alone. This is a very faithful card. You know, you have faith in spirit. You have faith in yourself. So, you know, chronologically, this precedes the 10 here. So you were rushing towards something. I think something held you up, or you weren't satisfied with the 10 of swords, obviously. But again, this is not surprising for you. You've been waiting for that to be over. So this is very, very gorgeous. And look at how you're able to move forward here in these beautiful cards below you. So yeah, you were rushing towards something. Something was moving at full speed here. You knew exactly what you wanted. And I feel strongly here that you just, and you knew, this is not a surprise. So you knew this needed to be gotten rid of, and now it is. So this is almost you going, oh my gosh, like this is how it feels. This is how it feels, right? This is your present, the Knight of Cups. It's actually such a stunning card. I hope that you can see the artwork. It can be a romantic card. It can be a little flirty or messages of love. But again, it's not like it's the Knight of Wands. It's not like, you know, sexy, passionate kind of I'll flirt with anybody type thing. It's a very heart-to-heart. This is a very heartfelt card. It's a very emotionally captivating card. I think that there's a lot of compassion in this card as well. The beautiful thing about this is that you get to meet someone who's like you in their heart. There's something about the heart here, you know, and it could be, as I said, if this isn't going on just within you, it could be that these two agents come into your world and present you with messages you need to hear right now. As you can see, the Messenger of Water falls under the 10 of Air. It could be that this person, a message for some Sagittarians is that somebody told you the truth and it was I do think here that there is an element of something is completely over. But I really think that heart-to-heart has been had. And I think that is what's keeping you grounded. This is what's keeping you grounded. You know what's true now. You know what isn't. And again, a lot of compassion in this card. A lot of emotional security and sweetness. It's just quite a lovely card. Beautiful energy. And yeah, I think having that heart-to-heart or coming to terms with something here, being able to let go of what doesn't serve you anymore is ultimately going to let you feel as though you can love yourself perhaps the way someone else does, or the way that you know you deserve. In your future is the 4 of Air. It does sit under the Empress. So yeah, you know, this is really just take a rest, take a breather. Don't be in a rush. There's nothing terribly negative about it. It's just that it's a very restful card. It's not even like the Hermit. It's not like go within, or I don't think necessarily, you know, like the Hangman. It's not like you need perspective. I think you have your ducks in a row here. Again, don't try to rush this process where there's a gestation period here. You know, just let it be. Again, tell people that you want to. I think if you have to express this right now, you can tell who you want. But, you know, don't take personally anyone who isn't on your wavelength right now about it. Or even consider holding something close to your sleeve or close to your chest right now. While you, as I mentioned, just looking at these two, while you come to terms with the changes that have been made and get into the habit. You want to create these habits now so that every move you make is the new you, or the revised you, or the you that you have been working hard to become, that type of thing. So at least for the month of September, no rushing this. Let it take its course, because the advice or the outcome is the Boss. So this is in the advice position, but it could be an outcome as well. So in terms of advice here, this is just about, you know, stay in your power pose. This is also leadership as well. Okay, so some of the themes around the Emperor is the boss, the CEO. This could be, there's a real parental feel to this as well. There could be a dominating spirit, but I don't think it's ever in a lower vibration. I think it's in order to delegate, because you know what's best here. And there's also someone who's in charge. There could be some element around, of course, discipline. And their, you know, personal discipline, for example. Also some father energy. Remember, the Empress is very fertile, it's very feminine energy, and just following it, of course, is, you know, essentially the father card. Very parental, dutiful. So this is someone who knows what ought to be done and can delegate tasks, but is at the head. Like, this is the head of a project, the head of a situation. I think the Boss describes this the best. So for your advice, yeah, stay the boss of yourself, stay centered, stay focused. Remember, what brought you into this whole reading in the first place was a victory card. So stay victorious. We do have this falling under the Chariot, and we are dealing with another 4 here. So, of course, you know, some Cancerian energy again, or at least 4th house energy. Foundations, mother, security, that type of thing. But yeah, anyway, super beautiful to see for you. All of these cards are really beautiful together. I love seeing that the 10 of Swords is something that when I first started reading tarot, for example, when I saw the 10 of Swords, it always put me off because it looked so intense and harsh, but I never recognized that it was the end of that phase. Like, that's over. You can now come out of that a different person. You're a different person now. So it's actually a very positive card. It does indicate hard times, though, that you've been through something difficult, or you've been put through something difficult. You know, spare your own mind from these old thought patterns and beliefs. Really help yourself escape into where you need to be right now, where you deserve to be right now. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. It's interesting because we don't have any pentacles here, but we do have the mother and father, so that could very well be. You could be working together on a project. This could be a home or family. You could be creating a family or bringing a new member of the family home. It doesn't necessarily mean you work together. It doesn't even necessarily mean employment situations. However, the keywords are financial issues and then love life. So let's just say you aren't in a relationship or married or dating. This could just, we can switch love to creativity in your creative life. And if that's the case, I want to go back for a moment and suggest here that this could be a creative project for you, where you could be financially well off in a career doing something that you love that has to do with belief systems and concepts, healing, compassion, and the heart here. You could be very well, especially after gone through phases of healing your own life, be in a position to now help others. And if that's the case, that could be what's going on here. Otherwise, for other Cancerians, I do think if there are things going on in the workplace, for example, where you are earning financial income in your career, I do think that you could be dealing with specific agents or individuals or personalities this month, and these will show up. So again, air signs, water signs, Cancerian very specifically here, and of course a Taurus, possibly. So yeah, financial issues are a factor, so you'll recognize it's not saying a negative factor or a positive factor, it's just that's what's going on. It could even be where your mind is. This could be you've left a career that you hated and you're just doing something you love now. Like it doesn't have to be overwhelming and awesome and life-altering or anything like that. It could be, again, as a general reading, it could be as simple or as complicated as what's going on with you currently. But yeah, it could be that you've just left something that was draining you, that was giving you a headache, making you feel horrible. And you decided to go your own way and you're just beginning there or just developing. You were in a rush to get out. You feel very welcome and warm there. Maybe, before telling too many people, or maybe before getting, say, even too comfortable. If you've just begun, for example, give it a little bit of time, get your feet wet, that type of thing. And then before long, you'll be the boss of the environment, or the boss will play a big part in your environment. As an advice card here. So you could be the boss presently, as in the CEO or the owner of this new phase in your, financial or career development. You could even be an entrepreneur. Again, we don't have wands here, but we just, with the Chariot and the Emperor, sure, you could very well be running your own business here. So yeah, so we have Weasel coming out of the medicine cards. This is stealth. Not really shocked to see this, frankly. I think this is having more to do here with the Four of Swords. This is just about, how do you play this out? How do you move forward slowly while knowing that these changes are taking place? Or knowing, for example, exactly where you want to, for lack of a better term, have that baby, or, give birth to that concept, or it's maybe the issue is, timing and place. Like you're just looking for the right time and place. So stealth doesn't have to be a negative thing either. This can work in your favor. I wouldn't use this to lord something over someone or to hide anything, but you can be stealthy about how you plan on moving forward in the direction of your dreams. I would keep your vibration high right now, especially since you've got a lot of compassion and sweetness here. And you've got this rushing energy who's interested in telling the truth. Maybe even, I don't see secrets here yet or anything, but maybe there was a secret exposed. And, ooh, well, that trick is up. And it's almost like it's a benefit. And again, I don't think that this is something you didn't see coming. We don't have the Tower. The Tower is something that comes out of the blue that you couldn't have expected. I think that this is all part and parcel of what you've been working hard on. And you knew this was around the corner, and it's a relief. You can leave something behind. So stealth. And the only other way to read stealth is just to suggest that, someone around you, if you have difficult relationships or any trust issues this month, just be sure to, be keen on your emotional perception, your intuition about your environment. Make sure no one's being stealthy or withholding anything from you. But it could just be about you for the month of September, just keeping something close to your chest for the time being. It doesn't have to be secret. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to cause shame. It's not like that. It's just something you might need to keep close to the chest this month. Here we have the Fates. This is beautiful. This is knowing where you belong, holding on to your star. This could be your calling. So again, yes, keep going in this direction, Sagittarius. It's so beautiful. There's also, again, no pentacles, so there's no money worries this month. It doesn't look like that at all. And the treasure is within. Look within for the answers this month, or if you are saying, oh gosh, how do I get over this? How do I go to the next phase? Who can I trust? Who do I tell? Especially if you're feeling vulnerable, like emotionally vulnerable for any reason, you know, just remember you've gotten this far and you've been successful, and you keep going. And the people who are meant to be with you will catch up to you, Sagittarius. Don't you hold yourself back to keep other people in your life, okay? Because they'll show up. They'll show up if they're meant to be there. Archangel Michael, I love this guy. I pray to him every day. He's available to you. Archangel Michael shows up when he is available to you. And he's saying, if you have any issues, any concerns, if you need to lighten your load, if you need to, if you need more peace on how to leave something difficult behind, you know, call on him. Call on Archangel Michael, because that's what he's there for. And no, they're never too busy. I truly believe the archangels are never too busy for us. And we can never ask too much. The only thing I might add there is when asking him anything or talking to an archangel is just to be really clear. Archangel Michael, I need your help with getting my business off the ground. Please support me at this time. You can even say, you know, what do I need to know about it? Or can you protect me at this time? And look, and if you are asking for help, you know, look for messages, look for clues. Otherwise, the other way I might approach praying to Archangel Michael is to thank him for already having it. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for giving me the peace of mind and the sense of compassion and self-love and joy and self-respect that I needed to get to this stage in my life. So listen, I love seeing that. You can tell I'm hoping. So don't hold back. He's there for that reason. So yeah, just a beautiful reading for you. So happy to see this wonderful new development for you. Sagittarius, thank you so much for watching, for liking and sharing my videos, for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate it so much. And until we meet in the next video, take excellent care of yourselves. Bye for now.